Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Ya Rabbi lakal hamdu kama yambaghi li jalali wajhika wa azimi sultanik. Alhamdulillah. Allahumma rabbana lakal hamdu bima khalaqtana wa razaqtana wa hadaytana wa farrajta anna. Allahumma lakal hamdu bil iman wa lakal hamdu bil islam wa lakal hamdu bil Quran. Amma ba'd, fa'auzu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Rabbi zidna ilma. Allahumma faqihna fid din. Allahumma inna nas'aluka ilman nafi'an wa amalan mutakabbalan wa rizqan tayyiba. Allahumma thabbitna indal mauti bila ilaha illallah. Ameen ya rabbal alameen. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala ali Muhammad. So inshallah we will start Nakish today, and we will start with Mazid Fihi, because Mazid Fihi have some set patterns. So inshallah we're gonna start from the easy. So first of all, what is Nakis? So what is Nakis? We know that that a word is considered Nakis when the last root letter, which is Lam Kalma, is a vowel, meaning it is weak letter, either Vaw or Ya. This means that this irregularity affects the ending of the word, and Nakis is an irregularity that spares none, meaning every siga will get affected by it. Every family and every siga is affected when a word is Nakis. The good news is that this irregularity behaves very consistently. This means that you only have to learn handful of overreaching rules in order to master Nakis. So Nakis in Mazid Fihi families, Nakis Wavi or Yai, behave the same way in Mazid Fihi. What does that mean? That in Mazid Fihi, even though some verb is Nakis Wavi, this Waw will change into Ya. So basically, that's why we are saying that doesn't matter it is Nakis Yai or Wavi, they are going to behave same way in Mazid Fihi. Now, Sarf Saghir, the rule of Sarf Saghir in Nakis are divided into general rules and family specific rules. So what are the general rules? Number one, the Madi always end in Alif Maksura, meaning we have Samma in family 2, right? So what is that at the end? Alif Maksura. When we do not have 2 dots underneath the Ya, then it is called Alif Maksura, right? And then same here in Nada, right? Nada, this Ya does not have dot, and we are saying it like a Alif, right? So this is how Alif Maksura works. Then the Mudaria ends in Ya. So for Samma, it will be Yusammi. Samma will be Yusammi. So you see that this Ya has dot now, right? So it is ending on Ya. Same is Nada will become Yunadi. So this Ya has dot now. So this is Ya now. The only exception to this is the Fathas families. Do we remember Fatha families? Family 5, and family 6. They are called fatha families because we have more fatha in these two families, right? Ta'allama, basically all fathas. Ta'awana. Now, when we come to family 5 and 6, which ends in alif maksura. So the exception is that in fatha families, which is family 5 and 6, ta'allama and ta'awana family, they are going to end on alif maksura, right? In over here in family 2 and 3, we see that they are ending on ya, right? But over here, even the past tense, so we say tarada, right? Tarada would be the madi. So it is ending on alif maksura. Same tazakka, right? Tazakka is the past tense. So again, it is ending on alif maksura. So basically, this is what it is saying, that when we come to family 5 and 6, this is the exception, that they are ending on alif maksura. Then ism file always end on what? On kasras. Kasratain. Why? Because ism file we need a kasra, right? And we need Allama, right? Allama family, ism file would be muallimun, right? The middle root letter take kasra. But over here, because of the weak letter, we will see that that is going to be dropped. And to show that this is ism file, we are going to put 2 kasras where basically on the second root letter, and which will make it samma, and ism file will be musammin, right? Musammin. And ism maf'ul would be musamman. Musammin was actually, it was like that. Musammiyun, muallimun, right? It was musammiyun, muallimun. But what's gonna happen over here? This weak letter is going to be dropped, and to compensate, because we dropped the weak letter over there, this meme will get another kasra to show that this is ism file, and this is how it will become musammin. And same is basically happening with the ism maf'ul. It will take fathatain musamman, right? These were the general rules. Now, family specific rules are in Mazid Fihi, each family has a unique masdar. So masdar would be all different variety of patterns. You must memorize the pattern of each masdar, and the some are over here. So the masdar in family 3, 4, 7, 8, and family 10. So jahada, aslama, inqalaba, iqtaraba, and istaghfara. It is going to end on alif mamduda over here. Okay, so we're gonna have alif and hamza at the end of that masdar. Example is nida'an, right? Nida'an, ilqa'an, and we will see in a bit that how it becomes like that. Then we have in the masdar in family 2, Allama family, and the second masdar in family 3, Jahada, it will end on ta marbuta. So we will see that from samma yusammi, it become tasmiyatan. And jahada yujahidu, from nada yunadi, it will become munadatan. So they are ending on ta marbuta. And the masdar in family 5 and 6 ends on to kasratain. So ism file will be mutaradin or mutazakkin. Then it says okay, let's see. Okay, now let's see some rules. We know that Nakish means to be broken or incomplete. And this is the irregularity having waw or ya at the end as third root letter. Rule number 1. In most cases, the waw change into ya. And we see this exception in Mujarrad family, especially in Bab Nasara. And how we are saying that this waw will change into ya. The example is Sin Mim Waw is the root letter. And when we are bringing it in Allama family, it will be Samma. Samma. So basically, this waw over here is changing into this Alif Maksura. Samma and Yusammi, we see that Yusammi in Fi'l Mudariya, even actually it is turning into Ya. So this is basically what it is saying, that this waw, even though if it is Nakis Wawi, it will change into Ya. So that's why Wawi and Yai both behave same way. Now, which in all Mazid Fihi families, we will see this change, and which means all families from 2 to 10 are exactly the same for Nakis and Wawi, and or Nakis or Yai. So basically the same thing that I said. Okay, now rule number 2. If waw or ya comes at the end of an ism and there is alif before it, then it will change into hamza. Okay, so basically it is saying the rule of masdar, right? So example is du'awun. It should be du'awun as a masdar, but we don't say du'awun, we say du'aun. So what happened? That waw or ya, it is at the end and it is mutaharrik, and before that is alif, right? So this if we have alif before it, then what's gonna happen? This weak letter, either waw or ya, it is going to change into hamza. So this is how du'aun will become du'aun. Nada, yunadi, and then nidayun. Basically it was nidayun, but before this ya we have alif, so that's why this ya is changing into hamza, and we will say nidaan, not nidayun, nidaun or nidaan. And we will use these rules in Masdar 3, 4, 7, 8, and 10. So all these families will use this rule. Rule number 3. If waw or ya comes as third root letter, so the last letter, third root letter is waw or ya, and it has a kasra or dhamma. So these two rules, so these two harakas, not fatha. Fatha is not included over here. So if it has U sound or E sound, and before that the letter has E sound. Okay, so here we have two options, U or E, and the letter before should have E sound. Then what's gonna happen? That this vowel will change into skoon. So it will become silent. The example is, we say Rama, and then it basically it is Ramaya, right? Ramaya, but we don't say Ramaya, we say Rama. And from that, this is Bab Daraba, we say Yarmi. Actually it is Yarmi you, right? So what happened over here? So yarmi you, we have dhamma over here, right? And what we said that if we have dhamma or kasra on the weak letter and before we have kasra, then what's gonna happen? This vowel will be silent. So sorry. So it will become silent. So this ya has become silent. That's why we say yarmi. We do not say yarmi you. So Rama yarmi. So basically this is the rule apply when we do not pronounce the last letter. And another example is we have qada, yaqdi, qada'an, and from that ism file is qadin, right? So basically when we put, we have al-qadi, okay. So we have al-qadiyu as a rafa, al-qadiyu, but we don't say al-qadiyu, rather we say al-qadi. Why? The rule is applied over here. We have dhamma over here and before we have kasra. So we are applying this rule that this ya has become silent and we are saying al-qadi. For nasab, we have al-qadi, ya actually, originally. So what happened? Ya has fatha. So do we have any option for fatha over here? No, right? And before that is kasra even, but this rule is not going to apply because this is it has a fatha over here, right? So that's why we will say that the rule is not applicable over here. That's why when it is nasab, we say al-qadi ya. So it will take fatha over here. Then in jar status, it should be al-qadi, right? But again, we have kasra over here. Before that is kasra. So it will become silent and we have al-qadi instead. So only in nasab, we see like fatha over there. Otherwise, in other two cases, in rafa and jar version, this ya has become silent because of this rule. Okay, rule number 4. The vowel will drop when it is majzoom, amar, or nahi. So we know that when the fail is nakis, when we are making them amar, nahi, or any kind of majzoom form they are in, then we know that to make them in that majzoom or majzoom form, basically, what's gonna happen? The weak letter is going to be dropped. So that's why tad'u, when we put lam, it will be tad'u. This vaw is dropped over here, right? And for amar, we say ud'u, right? So you know that in amar, basically in every other amar, in regular one, we see that last letter is always sakin. That make us know that, okay, this is amar, right? Or any kind of majzoom form. But it's not gonna happen in nakis because it is ending on sound, right? So we need to be aware of that. So lam tad'u and then tarmi, when we are making it majzoom, what's gonna happen? We are just dropping this ya, and this is how it will be, lam tarmi. Rule number 5, some families have master patron, so they have their set patrons. For example, in family 2, we have bab taf'ilun, right? But when it is nakis, instead of taf'ilun patron, it will take taf'ila patron. Taf'ilatan, basically. We need to add ta marbuta and the ya is dropped. why this ya is dropped in the actual was taf'ilun, right? This ya is dropped because we know that in these nakis wawi or ya'i, both are going to be ya at the end, right? And then we will have this ya of the patron and another ya, and these two ya will cause a confusion, right? The flow will not be a good flow, so that's why they just decided that it should be on the pattern of taf'ilatan. So that's why we have samma yusammi and we have tasmiyatan. Tasmiyatan. So this is taf'ilatan pattern. Then family 5, which is tafarruqan. This is the regular pattern, tafarruqan. But what's gonna happen? Instead of this oo sound, tafarruqan, what's gonna happen? It is going to take kasra sound instead. So it will be instead of tafarruqan, tazakkiyan. So this is taking kasra over here. Over here it was dhamma, but now in nakis it is going to take kasra. Basically this is tafa'ilan pattern, tazakkiyan pattern. Family 6, tafa'ilan pattern, right? Again it was tasa'ulan pattern, but again the middle root letter is taking kasra instead, because we know that kasra is more friendly with ya, right? So that's why it is happening. So taramiyan, taramiyan or taradiyan. This is the pattern it is going to adopt. Also remember the rule we did with ajwaf. What was the rule in ajwaf? That when waw or ya have a harka and the letter before has fatha, then they will change into alif, right? So nada, we have fatha over here and the letter before has fatha, so it will sound like alif, nada, right? So this is basically it is saying, but it's saying that we cannot apply this rule to pairs when we are making any pair, and this rule cannot be applied. For example, we have munadan is a maf'ul, right? And when we are making pair of it, munadayani, right? So we cannot just say that, okay, ya is mutaharrik and before is fatha, so we just change into alif. We can't apply this rule when we are making pairs. Okay, now let's see all these families. So Allama, who can conjugate Allama, the regular one?
I'll do it, sister.
Go ahead, Sister Zora.
Allama yuallimu ta'liman fahuwa muallimun. Ullima yuallamu ta'liman fahuwa muallamun. Al-amru minhu allim. وَالنَّهْيُ anhu la tu'allim. وَذَرْفُ minhu muallamun.
Okay, and now can we do the summa?
Yeah. Should I do it? Okay. Samma yusammi tasmiyatan fahuwa musammin.
Musammin.
Yeah, musammin. Summi. It becomes Sumiya. Is it Sumiya or Summi?
Sumiya.
Sumiya yusammiyu tasmiyatan fahuwa musamman. Sammi al-amru minhu sammi وَالنَّهْيُ anhu la tusammi وَالظَّرْفُ minhu musamman.
Okay, for majhul, basically this ya is over here with fatha to show that this is how it should be, right? But we are going to pronounce summi. Summi.
No, don't say sumiya. No. Okay.
No. Summi yusamma.
Okay. No, even that you also you don't say yusamma. You say only that much. Okay.
Yeah. So summi yusamma, but we should know actually it is summiya and mudariya is yusamma you, right? but we are not going to pronounce them.
Okay.
Okay, so what's going on over here? Any idea? Samma, we know this rule. What rule is applied over here in Samaya? How it becomes Samma?
That ya becomes silent because
no.
The ya change into Alif.
Yes.
Okay.
The last letter, which is waw or ya, weak letter, right? So weak letter is mutaharrik, and before it has fatha. So what gonna happen? The weak letter is going to change into alif. So that's why we are saying samma. Basically, it should be written like that. But as a rasmul khat, as the style of writing, we are writing them like that. Okay, with alif maksura. But actually, it is with alif.
Okay, got it.
Okay, so this is the writing style that we are having it like alif maksura, but actually it is samma, because we are learning that this weak letter is changing into alif.
Alif, okay.
Okay, so this we need to remember this rule, or we can just if the rule is too heavy, then we should know that what's going on in our head, and we can just memorize that way. But that should be the set pattern. So samma, and now you me, you, actually it is, right? But we are saying you me. So what's going on over here? So we learn a rule. What was the rule? That if the weak letter, waw or ya, has u or what was the other sound? U or e. So dhamma or kasra. And before that, the letter before having what? Kasra. Letter before has a kasra, then what gonna happen? This ya will become silent. So that's why we are not saying you me, you, rather we're saying you me. Samma, you me. Clear? Everyone is fine with this rule? So two rules we are learning over here. In past tense, we are saying that the weak letter having any mutaharrik, so it is mutaharrik, it can have fatha, dhamma or kasra. So any haraka, if the weak letter has, and the letter before has what? Fatha. Not dhamma, not kasra, but fatha. Okay, so then what gonna happen? The weak letter will change into alif. So that's why we will say samma. And in Mudariya, what is going on? That what rule we are applying? That weak letter, waw or ya, having u sound or e sound, dhamma or kasra. And the letter before having kasra, not any other sound, just kasra. Then this ya or waw, whatever it is, going to change into skoon. So that's why we are saying you me. Making sense?
Yeah, but it will take time to.
Yeah. So samma, you me. And then tasmiyatan. What's going on here?
Ta'liman, same like that. Ta marbuta is added here.
Yeah, but ta'lim,
ya is omitted.
is dropped. Is dropped either. Otherwise, in actual, what should be the word? This is samma, right? So allama, yu'allimu ta'liman, it would be tasmiyatun. If we are adding ta marbiya, tasmiyatun. So two yas will come, right? And it will have ashadda. So they decide not to have the other ya and just simple tasmiyatan. And then fahuwa musammin. So now what's going on over here? Actually, it is musammiyun, as I said before, muallimun, musammiyun, right? This is how it should be. But what's going on? That this weak letter is going to be dropped when it comes to ism file. And to compensate that that we have dropped, this meme, we will add one more kasra to it. So this is how it will become musammin. And why we are giving kasra to it? Why not any other haraka?
Because ism file has a kasra always.
Exactly, because this ism file always have a kasra. So that's why, to just make it prominent that this is ism file, it is having two kasras. Right? So makes sense. So musammin. Then Sumiya. What's going on over here? What rule we are applying?
It's a majhul, same rule.
What
we
rule?
took the ya and then replace it with an alif because there was a kasra before it.
Alif?
No.
Why alif?
So there's no change at all, sister. It's just
oh, okay.
Sumiya.
Yeah, we are not applying because the rule that we learned that if the weak letter has u or e sound, right? And the letter before has e sound, but over here we do not have u or e sound, rather we have fatha sound, right? So no rule is going to be applied over here. So we will say Sumiya or Summi. Summi yusamma. So now yusamma, what's going on over here? It was yusamma you. So this is mutaharrik. Before we have fatha, so it will sound like alif. So yusamma. Summi yusamma. And then tasmiyatan fahuwa musamman. So same for isam maf'ul, since we need fatha, right? So we are compensating this meme with two fathas, musamman. And we will see soon that how like grammarian just opening the tanween and showing what's going on. Yeah, actually it's over here. So Samaya, we already discussed, right? So the rule of ajwaf we are applying over here. So qawala, we made it into qala, right? So same rule we are applying over here. Samaya is basically samma with alif, and this is the rasmul khat. This is the way style of writing. So instead of alif, we're gonna write it with the alif maksura. And you know that sometimes mostly in dream book, we are saying that they are writing it with this baby alif on top, right? But actually it says that ya is only for writing style, and this baby alif that we see over here, it should be only on isms, not with the fail. So Allahu Alam, but I see that they are writing in book, we see that alif maksura with this small baby alif on top. It is how the fail is written, but in grammar book it says that it should be only with the isms.
Is it in hada, hadaya? In that one, is it written like that, standing for that?
Yeah, I see everybody.
Hada, yeah.
So basically they are writing like that.
Yeah.
So, but it says that that thing should be only with the ism. So basically hada should be simply just hada. So Allahu Alam, I don't know. Okay. Then Master, we already discussed. Now musammiyun, which is our ism file over here. musammiyun. So basically grammarian, what they are doing, they are opening up this tanween to show what's going on. Okay, we can just memorize this pattern. This is how it is. But at least once in a while, we should know that, okay, what's going on, right? So musammiyun, if I open the tanween, this is how I should write musammiyun, right? Musammiyun. Now, the rule that we learned that if the ya is mutaharik, not mutaharik, it has only two sounds. Which one? U and E sound, right? If the weak letter has U or E sound and before that is kasra, so then this ya will become silent, right? This is what we just, this rule we just learned, right? Now, if we give skoon to this ya, then now we have two skoons, iltaqai sakinain happening over here, right? So we're gonna drop this ya. If we drop this ya, now how it sound like? Musammin. Musammin. So this is how it become musammin. Wow, who said wow? Okay, then Sumiya, it's saying that no rule is going to be applicable over here. Why? Because the weak letter has fatha over here, right? So we are going to pronounce it like Sumiya. Sumiya. Sumiya and Yusamma. So basically we are pronouncing this ya over here.
Yeah.
Sumiya. Okay, so Sumiya, and then we are just saying Yusamma over here. Not Yusamma, Yusamma.
It's majul.
Yeah. Okay, then what's going on in Isam Maful? So it should be Musammayun. Musammayun. So again, this U sound, this ya has Dhamma, but look at the letter before. So that means this ya is mutaharik, weak letter is mutaharik, and before that having what? Fatha. So what rule we are going to apply over here? Alif rule, right? Ya is mutaharik.
Yeah, because there is a fatha, yeah.
Yeah, ya is mutaharik and the letter before has fatha. So basically it is, the weak letter is going to change into alif. So you say musamman. And now what's the problem here?
Dual is a problem. Well, you drop the ya and then...
No, alif will be dropped, right?
Why? Why we are dropping it?
Because I don't know. It doesn't sound good. Musamman. So musamman is...
We need to be familiar with this term. Iltaqai sakinain or ijtamai sakinain. What does that mean? Iltaqai sakinain. Iltaqa, we will say that meeting of two skoons. Or ijtamai sakinaini mean the two noons, two skoons are getting together. Right?
I remember now. Yeah.
Iltaqai sakinain or ijtamai sakinain. These two terms. So, and this iltaqai sakinain concept is not related to verbs only. Basically, it is throughout the grammar. So, whenever two skoons are together, it gonna happen that we have to drop something over there. Iltaqai sakinain. Okay. This is how we write. Tiqai. So do we know that? We just learning that this pattern, right? Basically, this is lam, qaf, and ya. Laqiya. Laqiya is the root letter. And then this iltika, what do you think? What family it is?
Iltika.
Alif and a ta. So it has, is it family six?
A family 6, that is
Kai.
Tasal.
No, we have
Iltika.
Family 7.
Iktaraba? No.
Iktaraba, yes.
Yeah,
Iktaraba.
Iktaraba.
Okay, family 8.
So family 8, it is Iktaraba. Iltiqai. So masdar is Iltiqai sakinain, because we learned that it should be Iltiqayun, but Hamza came because the before Ya was Alif over there, right? So that's why Iltiqai sakinaini. So what is sakinaini? Sakinun is one sakin, right? Then sakinani, sakinani.
Kinaini is 2, yeah.
2. So
Yeah.
2 schools are together, meeting
Meeting.
together, right? So that's why we have to do something, because in Arabic grammar that does not happen. That 2 sakins should be together. So iltiqai sakinan happen over here. So now it is we have to drop this alif and we have musamman. And musamman we can write like that. And actually, you know that when we have 2 fathatan, what we need? We learn in maybe a lesson like very basic, like the basic lessons in lesson, I think 2 or 3 in Nahu, what we were learning, right? So muslimun and then musliman. What we need to do over musliman?
Alif. Alif. Yeah.
We need to have alif over there, right? So basically, same rule we are applying, that these fathatain always need something. They need a chair. So over here, they are getting the chair of alif maksura. So we see in musammin, we didn't do anything. It is musammin. We just dropped the weak letter. But in musamman, these fathatain need something. So that's why we need to keep this alif maksura over here.
Okay.
Then in Amr, Yusammi, we said that in Amr and Nahi, what's going to happen? We need to drop this weak letter. This is how we're going to make any kind of majzoom when come to Nakish, right? So Anta is Tusammi. So Tusammi, we just drop this ta, we drop this ya, and then this ta, and now we have just Sammi. Right? So nothing, we cannot write Sammi like that. We need to drop this. And Nahi would be La Tusammi. And same thing, how we are making it mazzoom. So we are going to drop this alif maksura. So you guys are doing Sarf with Ustad, right?
Yeah.
So you guys are familiar with all that. It's not first time.
But we don't know the rules, sister. I know it, very...
But did you guys memorize all this conjugation of Nakish?
I do. I sometimes do. But I don't know the rules for it, because how it comes...
But are you guys interested to know the rules?
I am. That's how it's registering now for me.
Okay, good then.
Yeah.
I say yes, sister, because just the idea of how words changed into what it is now. I mean, we have memorized this pattern, but it is giving a sense of understanding how the word actually changed, at least once, like you said.
Yeah, even actually, sister, I didn't know the rules, but when I studied and you explained, it became so much easier for me. It was like it opening a new world.
Yeah. So Alhamdulillah.
Yeah.
Okay, so Nada, what rule is being applied over here? Nada, what we are doing here?
It's
Alif, becoming an Alif because of the, both are Nadaya. So I felt.
Yeah. So actually it was nadaya, right?
Yeah.
So this weak letter is mutaharik and the letter before has fatha. So we are applying this alif rule.
Alif rule, yeah.
Okay. So this is nada with alif, but this is the writing style. This is how we should write nada with alif maksura. And then nada becomes yunadi, right? What rule we are applying here? Basically, it should be yunadi you.
Yunadi you.
Because of the kasra before it, it becomes
and dhamma is there. Yeah.
So this ya is having u sound, and the letter before has e sound. So now this ya will become silent.
Yeah, because of diu is not accepted by Arabs. That's what.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So yunadi.
Yeah.
So nada, yunadi, and now it should be nida, nidayan or nida yun, right? That should be ya over here. Isn't it? Because we have over here, this alif maksura is ya. And even over here, it is ya, right? So it should be an, nida, an or nidaun sound. But what's going on over here? Before this ya or weak letter, whatever vaw or ya it is, it has alif before it, right? So then this ya will change into hamza. So we will say nidaan instead of nidayan. We need more effort in saying nidaan, sorry, nidayan, right?
Yeah.
Nidaan is easy on the tongue because alif and hamza kind of they are coming from the same part of the tongue, right? So that basically this is what it is, but that is the rule we are applying over here. So nida an, not nidayan. And then for munadatan, another pattern, right? It is going to have two patterns. And we just add, for this pattern, we are adding mu. And then we are taking this nada, right? And then ta marbuta at the end. So this is how it will become munadatan. So nidaan wa munadatan. And then fahuwa munadin. Now you guys need to explain me how it is become munadin. We did that.
Yeah. It will be munadiyun. And then because dal has kasra and ya has damatan. So rule. So then we are removing the ya with dhamma, and then this one will become kasratan, so munadin.
Yeah. So basically, when weak letter at the end is kind of mutaharik, and before that, so what's gonna happen? We're gonna just drop this weak letter, and to compensate this dropping, we will, if it is some file, we are going to add one more kasra, and if it is some maful, then we are adding one more fatha to it. But for isam maful, we need to need a chair to there as well for the fatha thing, right? So this is how munadin and munadan will work. And for passive, we will say nudiya, right? Because we need u and e sound, right? So nudiya. So is any rule applying over here?
Yeah, like it's a family 3, right? Jahada family. So nada, there is alif, and that is turning into wow with sukun. So nu, like how you say juhida.
But for Nakish, no rule is applied, no, sister. It is the same.
Yeah, Nakish rule we are not applying over here.
Yeah,
Why?
but wow, we are adding that.
Because it has the weak letter has fatha.
Yeah.
What was the condition to apply Nakish rule? That if the weak letter has u or e sound,
or kasra,
and the letter before has e sound,
yeah,
then this weak letter will be silent, right? But over here, this rule cannot be applicable. So that's why we are pronouncing it nudia. And mostly it is going to happen in our, not in Jahada, in passive.
Yeah.
Yeah, family.
Okay, so mostly in passive, this rule will not be applicable. And then Yunada, is any rule being applied over here?
We are not pronouncing that U in the end because no, yeah.
Why not?
Because it is a vowel, it changes into an alif because it has a fatha.
Exactly. So
on the preceding
it is going to be sound like alif, so yunada. So that's why we are not saying yunada you, rather yunada. Okay, so nidaan, same thing, munadatan, and munadan we already did. And then what's going over here in amar? So basically it is tunadi, right? Over here, if you change into anta, that should be tunadi. So it's very easy. We're gonna drop the sign of mudariya. We are going to drop the weak letter, and alhamdulillah, easy peasy, nadi.
La tunadi.
Nadi, and then la tunadi, and then munadan. Same rule basically.
Sister, for this dhamma, fatate, you put on the ya, sister, not on the da. Usually I see like that.
Yeah, it should be over here.
No, I've seen everywhere in all the books it's on the ya. Most of
doesn't make sense to me. It should be over here because we that is silent, right?
But I was seeing
so we are saying munadan.
Then yes.
So fatha, so I think makes sense on dal, not on ya.
But all the books I've been seeing it is on ya.
I don't know if I'm wrong or there is something. I don't know. Idea. No but idea. Anyway, okay. So what's going on in ism file? If we open up our ism file, that should be munadiyun, right? So what's going on over here? We have fatha, sorry, we have dhamma, then we have kasra. So this ya is becoming silent, and then we are dropping it, and this is, we left with munadin. And ism maf'ul munadayun. So that is basically the rule of ajwaf we are applying over here, that ya is mutaharrik and before is fatha. So it will become it will change into alif. So munadan, and then this one has skoon, two skoons together. We're gonna drop this alif, and we have munadan. And then we need a chair over here. Now, when we write Musliman, right, we write over here, but I see like maybe in the dream book that they were putting kasras over here, fathas over here on alif. So I don't know. Okay. So now where we are. Family 4. So alqa, what rule? Now take turns and you guys can let me know that what rule is applying over here. So what's going on? So who is going to, Sister Zora, you can do it, family 4.
Alqa, bismillah. For alqa, this ya is turned in because of the fatha.
This is basically alqa ya, right?
Yeah, alqa ya. It is, but it.
So what rule we are applying here?
Alqa. we have to put, we don't pronounce that because it becomes an alif, sister.
Yeah, so alif rule you can say. Basically,
Ajwaf rule.
rule or ajwaf rule you can say. Ajwaf rule we are applying over here that this ya is turning into alif. So that's why we are saying alqa.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you'll see you it is, but because of the, it's because of the kasra in the letter before the weak letter, this becomes a sukun. So it becomes yulqi.
Very good. Yeah. Then
Ilkayan it becomes, but you don't pronounce, you can't pronounce ilkayan. So it is changes into an hamza.
Yeah.
Ilkayan.
So before weak letter, if we have alif in masdar,
yeah.
So then it is going to change into hamza.
Okay. And mulkin, so it has to be mulkiyun, but this weak letter is dropped. And as
why? No, what rule? What rule? I need everything.
Because there's a kasra in the before and ilkiyun.
Yeah, so u or e sound, and before it is kasra, so this ya is silent now.
Yeah.
Then
so
what
and it is dropped, and mulkin, because there's one kasra it is becomes two. For the key, it is added one more kasra, so it becomes mulkin, because isim file is with the kasra. Mulkin.
Yeah. So if we open up,
yeah.
Look at the screen. If we open up, so open up this tanween. This is how it should be, mulki yun, and then this ya is having u sound. The letter before has e sound. Then this ya is going to be silent. Now iltiqai sakinain, and then we drop this ya, and now we have mulkin.
Yeah.
And this is how we can write mulkin.
So, Sharat, sorry, I forgot this one. Mulk. Why you are putting sukun on ya here? And the
because look
third
how,
one. No, before that.
No, how we are going to read that?
No, my question is the third one, mulkin, where there are two sukuns. One is on noon and one is on ya. Why we are putting sukun on ya? I forgot.
Because mulki yun, so this weak letter has u sound.
Right. Yeah.
And the letter before has e sound. So this ya will become silent.
Got it. Yeah.
Okay. And then when we drop this ya, now we have mulkin. So now we are bringing this tanween back, and now this is how we are going to write mulkin.
Yeah.
Okay, then next, Sister Zora, passive.
Then ulqiya, here we don't drop it because it's
fatha over here.
Yeah, it's fatha. Then next is ulqi. Here we draw. He dropped the same.
Ulqiya, yulqa then.
Yeah, yulqa, because it's it has to become yulqayu, but you, and before that weak letter there's a fatha, so it is dropped, like the alif rule becomes.
So mutaharrik rule, or you can say ajwaf rule, right?
Ajwaf rule.
So basically it is ulqayu, right? And so this is mutaharrik, and before has a fatha, so now it will change into alif.
Yeah.
So this rule is applied over here. Then
ilkan the same, like ilkayan it is, but it is because of the alif. Yeah, before the ya, before the weak letter, it's become into hamza. Ilkayan.
Good.
Mulkan. Here also it is the weak letter.
So over here, mulkan, again we can open up the tanween to see what's going on.
Mulkayun is.
Yeah, so actually it should be mulkayun. So mulkayun, what rule we are applying over here?
The same ajwaf rule?
Ajwaf rule, yes. So this ya is mutaharrik, before is fatha. So it will change into alif. And now iltakai sakinain, we are dropping this alif. And now mulqan. And then mulqan, when we write with tanween, we need this alif maksura over here with it, with fathatain.
The amr is alqi. Here, the weak letter is dropped. So, it had to be, I mean, yeah, weak letter is dropped and la tulki. I don't know, sister.
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing over here. So look over here. It should be tulki,
yeah,
right?
Tulki, yeah.
So it should be tulki. So now we are making amr. We are making it majzoom. So for nakis, we need to just drop this weak letter when we are making majzoom. And then with this sign of mudariya.
Yeah.
Right? And since this is family 4, then we need a hamza.
Yeah.
Hamzatul qata over here. And this is, it will become alqi.
Alqi. Then the next is la tulqi, the same rule. And mulqan. Mulqan is to be mulqayun, same like maful. Alif, exactly. Ajwaf rule applies there.
Yeah, good. Okay, now we are on family 6. 6 or 5?
5. Tazakka is 5, sister.
5.
No, I just missed something. Let me see.
No, we did 4, Aslama family.
Now yeah, 5. Okay. So now, who is going to take turn?
I can try.
Go ahead. Yeah. Okay, who is it?
This is Sabah. So
okay, Sabah. Yeah, go ahead.
Was tazakkaya originally. So then the last letter was the weak letter. And then before it, we see a fatha. So the ya convert into alif. So
not
it becomes,
last letter was weak letter only, but it was mutaharrik as well.
Oh, it was mutaharrik as well.
Yeah,
okay.
So this is the thing, that if the weak letter is mutaharrik and the letter before has fatha, then the weak letter is going to change into alif.
Okay, just like this weak letter, I'm very weak too. So be patient with me because I've never done this in my whole life. This is the first time I've seen in my whole life. So inshallah.
Oh, I'm just correcting. So you need to say the rule properly. When you will say it properly, inshallah, that will make sense, right? So yeah. Okay, go ahead.
And the mudaren will be yatazakkiyu. It was originally
yatazakka. So this is fatha families, right? These family 5 and 6, they like fatha. So that's why mostly we will see fatha over here.
Oh, now I got it. Thank you so much, sir. So yatazakkayu originally, and then a word before the weak letter was a fatha. So then we drop the ya, and then it will become yatazakka.
No. I want to hear properly. So basically, same rule that we applied over here in past, same rule, the ajwaf rule basically is being applied over here, right? So we have the weak letter is mutaharrik and the letter before has fatha. So it will change into alif. The weak letter is changing into alif. We are not dropping it. We are changing into alif. So tazakka, yatazakka. They both sound like alif, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is what it is going on. Tazakka, yatazakka. And then
Masdar will be tazakkiyan.
What was the actual regular masdar of family 5?
Tazakka, tazakki, tazkiyan.
No, that is family 2.
Oh, family 5. Yeah. So in family 5.
Tafarraka, yatafarraku, right? Tafarrukan. Tafarrukan. So basically the regular masdar will take oo sound, but in this case, it is taking instead e sound. That's how I want to mention. We need to make this observation that what is change in this masdar when it comes to family 5.
Okay, so instead of oo, it's e in family 5.
Yes,
okay.
yeah.
Does
So
that
in our
mean-
case, oo will change into e sound when it comes to family 5.
Oh, okay. Alhamdulillah.
Actually, it should be tazakkuyan.
Yeah.
Tazakkuyan. But you know
Yeah.
that oo and ya sound, they are not a friendly pair, right? So to make it friendly with ya, that's why it is taking kasra instead. Because we will see that ajwaf wawi or yai, both, it is going to be ya more oftenly over there, right? So basically that's why this change is happening here.
Oh, okay. And then, so I say, those masdar is tazakkiyan, and ism fa'il will be fahuwa mutazakkin. So there was a ya before it. So when we drop the ya, so in replacement, when you see, we have to give a 1 kasra, right? Because it's a 5. It's a pattern of muslimun. So mutazakkin.
Muslimun?
No, like to make a ism fa'il on
five. Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, so it's okay. It's mutazakkin.
Very good.
And then the majhul will be tuzakkiya.
No,
because
no.
No.
Majhul. Okay. What we need to do?
Okay, so
for Madi, we need oo sound in the beginning, and the middle root we need e sound. The rest will be all oo sounds.
Okay.
For
so
passive, no, tuzukki, tuzukkiya, it will become.
Oh, tuzukkiya.
Why tuzukkiya? Because this is how it is in family 5. When we are making it passive, oo and e, you need to have oo in the beginning, middle root gonna have e sound. The rest, whatever we have letters, they will take, if it is skoon, leave it with skoon, and the rest will change into what? Dhamma.
Oh, that's how.
Okay. Yeah, this is a passive rule. So that's why it is become tuzukkiya.
Tuzukkiya. Okay, so the passive mazi majhul will be tuzukkiya, and mudhari majhul will be tuzak.
Where is ya?
No, yeah, okay. So is yutazak.
So in passive in this family, you, right? And not in this family, basically this is the passive rule, right? So in mudariya, oo sound and a sound. So that's why you see all a kind of a sounds. So in the middle root letter, we put a sound. In the beginning, we put oo sound, and the rest, if we have any extra letter, then they will take fatha sound. If something is already with skoon, we're gonna leave it with skoon, right? And the rest letters take fathas. So oo and a sounds are prominent in mudariya. Oo and e sounds are prominent in the past.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Got it. Alhamdulillah. So the mudari and majhul will be yutazakka, and masdar is taskiyan. Same. Yeah. Drop
Tazakkiyan. Yeah. Tazakkiyan.
Tazakkiyan. And so fahuwa maf'ulun will be mutazakkiyin. Mutazakkiyan. Oh, 2 fatha on the top. Yeah. Right?
Mutazakkan.
Okay.
Because what was it? Some file? Mutazakkin.
Yeah. So
okay.
It has 2 fathas.
It kasras, and it will take just fathas. Mutazakkan.
And then fatha needs the seat, so that's why we have to put the extra ya in there. So, and then the Amar will be Tazakka. So, the Ta has its own sound, so you don't need the helping Alif here. So, it stays as it is, Tazakka, and it's also family 5. And then, so Amar with Tazakka, and Nahi will be La Tatazakka, and the Zarf will be Mutazakkin, same as before. Mutazakkan, yeah, Mutazakkan, same as before.
Yeah, alhamdulillah.
So sorry, sister, I'm super weak.
Really it's okay. It's okay. We are learning first time. Okay, and you know that the whole week I couldn't do anything else but polish my Nakish because I have to teach, and before that it is too hard to concentrate on them. But now I didn't get any choice. So the whole week I was working on these Nakish. Even though I knew them before, but I forgot many rules. So this is how it is, and it's all matter of practice. The more practice we will do, inshallah, we will get better to it. Okay, so now family 6, Taroada.
I will try it, sister.
Go ahead.
I will be weak as well, but I'll try.
No, you are
no, this rule, I mean, it's easy to memorize than to remember the rules. So I'll try, sister, inshallah.
Okay.
So, Tarada, it's not, then in normal case, it should have been Taradaya. But because the vowel has the weak letter is mutaharrik, and the word before that has a fatha, the weak letter gets changed into a fatha, and in Nakish, that fatha, the weak letter changes into an alif, and in Nakish, that alif is a alif maksura, so it becomes tarada. And then yatarada, the same rule applies again here. So yatarada, it should have been yataradaya. Yataradaya, so the weak letter is mutaharrik, and the word before that, the letter before that is a fatha letter. So the weak letter gets changed into an alif, and in this case, it's an alif maksura for a Nakish. So it's yatarada. Taradiyan, it's just it's a pattern that we need to follow and remember for Nakish, I suppose. Normally it will be taradiyan. Yeah. In this case, you just have to remember a pattern. For masters, it's taradiyan. فهو متراضٍ. Normally it is mutaradiyun. Because the weak letter is a dhamma letter and the word before that is kasra, the weak letter just gets dropped in this case, and to compensate a tanween is added instead of a single kasra and becomes mutaradin, or ism sent with simply you can say ism sent with that is why it is mutaradin. Turudiya, in this case, there is probably not any change at all.
No, yeah, because in passive mostly no change is happening.
Yeah.
Why? Because this ya has a fatha instead of if it has u or e sound, then we are going to apply this rule, right? The rule of Nakish, but over here it is fatha, so that's why we are not applying any rule over here.
Yeah, so it's turudiya, yutarada. Again, majhul has to have, the first letter has to have a dhamma. First letter has to have a dhamma, and the rest of it is all fatha. So in this case, normally it would have been yutaradaya. Yutaradayu, sorry. Yutaradayu. The rule that applies here is when you have the weak letter is a mutaharrik and the letter before that has a fatha, the weak letter then gets changed into an alif. And in this case, it's an alif maksura for naqis again. So it is yutarada, taradiyan. Again, just it's a masdar and you have to follow a pattern. Fahuwa mutaradin.
Mutaradan.
Mutaradan. Sorry. It confuses because I also think that tanween should be on the dad, not on the ya. I don't know why they've typed it like that, or if there is a ruling. I'm not sure either.
Yeah, to me makes sense over here, not over there. And I think in the past slide, see over here in Mulkan, they have tanween.
I think it's just here. A typing convenience that they have put it on the I think that's all.
Yeah, exactly. Look like because sometimes it's really hard to put tanween over there, right? Yeah. Okay.
I may be wrong, but I think it is a typing convenience. Mutaradan. It should have been mutaradayun. For ism maf'ul. Mutaradayun. In this case, the rule that applies is that the weak letter has a dhamma and the letter before that, sorry, the weak letter is mutaharrik and the letter before that is a fatha. And therefore, the weak letter gets changed into an alif maksura in naqis. So it's mutaradan. And also the writing rule for fathatain is that you have a protection alif at the end, or just an alif. And for naqis, instead of using an alif, you're using an alif maksura. So it becomes mutaradan.
Good.
Amar, now you go back to the anta mudari version, which is yutarada with the alif maksura at the end. Sorry, yatarada with the alif maksura at the end.
So we drop this. We
drop the alif maksura and drop the first letter for the present tense.
Yes, sign of mudari.
Yeah, tarada, which is Amar. La tatarada, same rule applies here. Just the alif maksura gets dropped off and the ta still remains, so it's la tatarada. Mutaradan is the same as ism maf'ul, which is off in this case.
Perfect.
Mutaradan.
Perfect, makes sense. Okay. Now family 7. So family 7, imbaga. So it's very easy and the short one, right? So ajwaf rule we are applying over here. So imbaga, yambagi. So yambagi, what's going on? Yambagi you actually, right? So so it is become silent because we are applying this rule, U and E rule, right? The Nakish rule, you can say. So that's why it is yambawi. And then imbaga'an, this is the pattern of masdar, right? Actually, it is imbiga yun or yan, right? Yeah. So it is changing into hamza. Fahuwa mumbagin. So same, we dropped we give 2 kasras, right? And then imbawi, we drop the weak letter la tambawi and mumbagan. So alhamdulillah, I'm hoping that you guys are getting familiar to all this. Okay, now family 8 and 10, let's do it, and then alhamdulillah rest we can do a little bit practice if we want. So family 8 is Sister Mahari, you want to give it a try?
I can try, but I won't be good.
Okay, it's okay. Just try.
Inshallah.
No, yeah.
So here it is Iktaraba family. Iktaraya. So ya is like sorry.
Iftaraya.
Yeah, Iktara. So now we are removing the which is weak letter, and we are putting alif in front.
We are not removing; it's there. We are not just pronouncing it.
Yeah, iktara, right?
Iftara.
Iktara.
It's fa sound, not kaf
Yeah,
sound.
if yeah, I'm just remembering taraba. Okay, if tara, yaftari.
So what rule we are applying here?
Here, that's the thing. Yeah, is there, and
Ajwaf rule.
yeah, and
Simple. You
right
don't
there is
wanna
a
say the
fatah.
whole rule. Just say ajwaf rule.
Ajwa
Okay,
fruit.
like
Okay.
qala rule we are applying over here.
Yeah.
That this
Yeah.
ya is changing into
Iftara.
alif.
Yeah.
Okay, now
Iftara, yaftari. Again, here, the rule is that anya, there is a dhamma, and the letter before that has kasra. So
what
that's
gonna
the rule.
happen?
So yaftari.
What happened when we have u sound and e sound? What happened?
Yeah. So then you put sukun on that.
Yes, the weak letter
Letter.
gets
Yeah.
silent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weak letter gets sukun. Yeah.
So that's why we are not
Yeah.
pronouncing yaftari you. Rather, we
Yeah,
just gonna say
yaftari,
yaftari.
yaftari.
Mhm.
And then this one is iftira, and so there is a rule that the alif is before that. Yeah, so actually it is iftirayan or iftirayun, and then ya is changing to hamza because of the letter before, that's alif. So iftiraan fahuwa muftarin, and again here rule is that muftariyun. So the ya letter, that's a weak letter that we are removing because it has the matan and the letter before has kasra. So we will remove that, and then muftarin it is.
Or we can open up the tanween.
Yeah, you can. Yeah,
and you can go ahead this.
Iftariyun, and then yaya, and then we'll remove to sukuns and all this. Yeah.
Yeah.
So uftiri here no change.
Yeah, no change. Yes.
Uftore, yeah, uftore, what? Yeah. And then yuftara. So I don't see any change.
What rule is applied over here?
Yuftaru.
It is yuftara you, right?
Yuftara you, yeah. So ajuf.
Rule is applying. Why? Because ya is mutaharrik and it has fatha, so it is changing into alif.
Right.
So yuftara.
Yeah. So when we are writing, are we going to put, because writing I'm very weak. When I think about writing, then I'm lost. So when we are writing, do we put the alif here or just yuftara?
No, but in Nakish, instead of the writing style is with the alif maksura, not with the long alif.
Okay. Yeah. So just yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So when we are writing in Arabic, we are going to write with this alif maksura over here.
That's the thing with me. Okay. Yuftara, iftira, and same like the active. And then fahuwa muftarayan, which will be muftaran. Of course, yeah, will be there. And then the what we were discussing, the fatatan will be on, yeah, muftaran. And then iftari. So iftari like yaftari, taftari, and then we are removing tha, and then as per the family iktaraba, so we'll add alif with kasra, or otherwise also this is a helper alif we can say here. So iftari.
Good, yeah.
And then nahi is used easy, la taftari, and then muftaran, because we are bringing the, like it's the same like maf'ul.
Yeah.
Taran. Yeah.
Okay, good. Now, Istaska, anyone else want to do it?
It's the same rule also here, Sister Rahat, like istasqa, istaghfara. So again, Istaghfar. So here we'll read istasqa, istasqa. Yes,
Yeah.
tasqi. Again, the rule is applying here that dhamma is there on the weak letter and kasra is the letter before. So it's a changing. So yes, tasqi. Istiqa'an. So again, that rule is applying that ya is the weak letter is changing to hamza because of the on qaf there is alif. So istisqa'an. Fahuwa mustaskin. So again here mustaskin. It will be mustaskiyun and then yun is again, it's the mathan and on kaf there is a kasra, so we are removing that the weak letter completely, and here we are writing mustaskin. Then it will become kasratan here. Then in Madi Muzul there is no change, so ustusqi. And then Yustaska, it will be because again it's ya is having dhamma and the letter before should be here. It's
so it's ajwaf rule being you are on
ajwaf.
Ajwaf rule is applied here. Yeah,
I should have just said ajwaf rule.
Yeah,
And then
I'm making life easy.
Yeah, it's easy. And so again the same thing as above in active. The is changing to hamza because the letter before there is a alif on that. So that's making this change from ya to hamza. Fahuwa mustaskan. It should be mustasqayun, and then yun is it will be actually it is mustaskiyun, right? So the damat, right? So
yeah, kaf will take fatha.
Yeah, so kaf will take fatha. Yeah, I was just trying to. Oh, here you have written is a maful. Yes, yeah, I can see now. Yeah, so that's the rule applying. Yeah, is becoming.
So again, basically, ajwaf rule is applied over here, and this is how it become mustaskan, and then this is how we can write mustaskan.
And then amar is again yastaske, tastaske, and then we are removing tha here. So alif we are doing e. We can say according to family or helper alif, whatever is taske. Then we are making it silent here, right? Sukun.
Yeah. Is taspi? Yeah, it should be. The weak letter is dropped over here, right?
Yeah, that is what. Yeah. Gosh, my writing.
And in what Amar, so yes, taspi. What we need to look when we are bringing helper alif. That
we are third letter has fatah.
Yeah.
So if it is fatah or kasra, then we'll get the kasra. If it is dhamma, then we'll get dhamma on that.
Yes. Yeah. So that's why it is taking kasra over here.
And then nahi is easy. We are just adding tha, la, tasqi. And then this one is easy. We are just copying the mustaskan.
Yeah. Okay. Alhamdulillah. So that makes sense. All it's not that hard, right? If we just kind of see what pattern are they, because basically they are following the same pattern, right? There are not many rules to apply or many rules
it's just
only if you so every day every day 5 I would recommend that 5 fail at least you guys need to try. Maybe 2 you can write them and rest just do orally, but you need to stay in the habit. So I put some over here, some words, but I don't think so that we have any brain cells left to do them. So maybe I'm gonna leave on you guys that you orally, and I would highly recommend that at least 2 words a day you need to just write them, and then few of them you can just do orally, but you need to stay in the habit. The whole week I want you to stay connected with this verb. Barakallahu li wa lakum fil Quranil Hakim wa nafani wa iyyakum bi ayati wa zikril hakim. Subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdika nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta wa nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk.